I can't believe it. These guys live pretty far down.
This time, on the highway through hell, a small job
It's coming now.
Everybody stand back.
turns into a major headache.
Imagine.
And a father's dream for his son to join the family business
You interested in maybe learning how to drive?
You can't just do that.
backfires when Brandon has priorities of his own.
What was the problem there while you walked off the job?
In the rugged mountains of the Pacific Northwest, there's a highway like no other. The Coquihalla is an engineering marvel. But when the weather turns bad,
Look out!
It's like the Bermuda Triangle of truck accidents.
keeping the Coke open takes an army
When the highway shuts down, the world shuts down.
and a last line of defense.
En route.
A heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because here, closure is not an option. It's late in the season, and the first signs of spring are appearing on the Coke. But for crews battling to keep the highway open, the melting snow brings a serious hazard.
What I'm concerned about is we're going to get a flash freeze tonight.
These rapid temperature fluctuations are a recipe for every driver's nightmare. Black ice,
Jeff, take it real easy. She's pretty slick.
Let's see what they're driving on.
Before you know it, you're completely out of control.
I hit some black ice. I was in the ditch before I could get it corrected.
The truck's been sitting there for a couple hours.
Last night, a semi hit a patch of black ice and skidded all the way over the concrete barrier.
This truck is a completely jackknifed for how he manages that, but yeah.
Brandon?
Do you have the sandbags?
After just a few months on the job, Jamie's stepson Brandon has moved up from flagger to junior swamper.
I like Rex. I hate working around the shop. It sucks. It's boring work. I like Rex and coming out here, learning something.
When he works, he does his job, and he does a good job.
You want to cut that sign off, Jim, or no?
You want to put a strap? Get a little strap. I'll try to lift it out. Careful.
Today, Jamie lets city boy Ken try his hand at rigging.
Okay.
Just watch this.
Isn't there a toe pin in the center of that thing? The way they've got it hooked up there, all I need is a single hook in the middle. They've got it over rigged up there. So all we need is one in the middle of the bumper, that's all. Got it?
But as soon as they get one problem solved, they run into another.
There's a puncture in the gas tank, eh?
Brandon, you know those white cloths we got? You get a couple of them and put them in the hole in the fuel tank. So let's unhook this thing and get off the highway. Bob's gonna start screaming at me any minute here if I don't get this highway open. Yeah, so fold that up best you can and get it into the fuel tank.
Okay, let's go. Back up, Bruce.
Should be good.
All right, time to bug out.
40 minutes on scene, and the highway's back in business. Last week, Brandon got his driver's license, and that's given Jamie an idea.
We've got that one-ton little truck, and I'm thinking that I could build one for Brandon to drive, you know, like a little pickup one.
You can't even go to a wrecking stand for 8 hours, let alone get behind the wheel and drive.
Oh, it's okay.
He's young yet.
Well,
Well, the weekend will come, he'll be, oh, I don't want to drive tow truck this weekend.
I got gym to go to.
I got gym to go to. I don't think you should buy him a new one right away. I think it's just a waste of time.
Nobody that I know started off with the best truck. You got to start off with the junkiest one, Then you kind of graduate into the next truck. Hey, Bran,
Yeah.
now that you've got your license now, I've got the old Ford there.
Yeah.
Are you interested in maybe learning how to drive a little bit on it? Drive tow truck with it?
Well, possibly, yeah.
It's the worst truck we got, but it's probably a good one for you to learn
So
on.
I deserve the worst truck we got, eh?
Well, that's what it is. So at least if you blow the engine up or whatever, I don't really care so much. I haven't driven this truck since we bought it brand new.
Brand new?
Back in 1997, she was brand new. Now look at it. It's a good old girl, this baby. I'd like to get to the point where I could retire and the kids could run it. That's kind of what I'm grooming things to do. Hopefully these guys could learn and have the right skill set so I could go to Mexico or do something like that.
But Brandon's got other things on his mind besides towing. He dedicates 2 hours every day to working out at the gym.
I used to be a chubby kid. I didn't like being a chubby kid anymore. I realized, you know what? I'm almost 200 pounds and I'm 5'7". This isn't good. So I went to the gym and worked my ass off. Going to the gym made me a much better person ultimately. I don't party at all. I don't mess around with any of that. It's not worth my time. The gym, it has become the biggest part of my life. I focus on it as much as possible because that's what I want to do. Hopefully as a career when I'm older, own a gym, own something to do with fitness. That's my goal.
Up on the mountain, winter has returned. The next morning, Jamie heads up Highway 3. He got a call to recover an SUV that went off a cliff. But first, he has to find it.
Well, we just know it's at an area called Skagit Bluffs. And there's one area we call Dead Man's Curve in there. That area is known for wrecks.
The snow up here can be 12 feet deep, so it's possible for a wreck to stay buried until spring.
We're looking for a Nissan Pathfinder. A green one. I don't know exactly where he would be. I just can't make out any kind of thing that looks like a car. Whoa. We know it's somewhere in this 5-mile stretch here, but I don't know what else we can do today.
Unable to find the wreck, Jamie heads back down to focus on another project.
Turn again, so we're slowing down.
Before Brandon can drive his own truck, he needs to learn how to drive standard.
And you can try, how's that?
Okay. Here we go.
Okay, so what's the first thing you do? Clutch. Then you're in gear. Now, what did we just do? Okay, try it again. A little bit of clutch and a little bit of gas, right?
Sakes.
You're in the wrong gear.
I was in first.
No, you weren't. You were in third. Yeah, so you did it. Drive a little bit.
Let me try what? Holy.
Put your foot on the clutch again. Now go to the next gear. You don't stop, though. You can do it. Now put it in low gear. This is how my dad taught me. It was just like this, buddy. Clutch and next gear.
Holy.
See, you did
Yeah.
it. You did it.
Yeah.
Okay, go this way. And then speed up as you get on the road. Okay, now go to the next gear. See? Okay.
Yoo-hoo! We did it.
Keep going. Okay, slow down now.
That was pretty good.
So, 101, right? 10, 15 minutes, you got her down pat. So, you're doing really well. I don't think there's any issues at all.
I'm excited to start something new, right? Because I've always been the guy to be behind the guys driving and be the one helping them out. So it might be nice to start driving myself and see what it's like. Next winter, I want to be up there with the boys, towing, helping out, not only with my hands, but with this truck, and get myself on the road.
I don't think I've seen the big hill that brown this year.
After a few warm days, Jamie heads back up to Skagit Bluffs, hoping the snow melt might uncover the missing wreck. To help him look is salvage expert Jim Lasser.
This will be the second attempt to find it.
Yeah.
There's hardly no snow here. There it is right there. Wow. That's quite a ways down. There it is right there.
Wow.
Melted snow has turned what looked like a boulder into an SUV.
Quite a deal.
The car lost control on a patch of black ice and went over the cliff. Incredibly, the two people in the car lived and were able to climb out on their own.
For a guy to go down 1,000 feet in a car over a cliff like this has got to be the most amazing deal that's happened all winter.
Fuel leaking from the SUV is an environmental hazard. Jamie's challenge is getting it back up the cliff.
Even though it's only a car, it's one of the biggest jobs of the year that we'll deal with.
So this has got some vertical just below us here.
Does it?
Yeah.
Where do you see that?
Well,
Right,
if you
right
look
in
at,
here?
if you look at, yeah, just,
Because you can't see?
it's got that vertical section right there. Once you get to vertical, you're rock climbing, right?
How far down do you think that is?
1,000 feet.
1,000 feet?
Yeah.
No truck in Jamie's fleet has a cable that long.
We'll go back to the shop and we'll get some things figured out. Over like this and then down. The first leg of the journey is the worst part.
Jamie estimates they'll need 1,500 feet of cable.
What size of line are you thinking about using?
Well, let's go out in the yard here.
All my straps are 3/4 inch, and that's what I'm saying. You put 1,000 feet of 3/4 inch, you're up into 1,200 pounds, and two guys aren't going to hold that from sliding.
People don't really realize that cable is steel. So 1,500 feet of cable is a lot of weight.
If you have lighter line, that'll make it a lot easier too, right? Rather than trying to work 3/4 inch straps.
Do you know another idea, Jim?
Yeah.
We constantly use 3/8 or 7/16. And when we're done with the cable, I'll use it over time on the truck.
They decide to buy a new spool of lighter cable used to tow cars. It'll have to be hauled down the cliff by hand. A perfect job for buffed up Brandon.
Why don't we do the recovery tomorrow? Yeah. Possibility.
Let's not, because I have plans for tomorrow.
Like what? After
We
work?
were planning on going shopping. I don't know about that one. Can we do it Friday?
What I find frustrating is when I was his age, I'd grab my dad's small truck and I was out there hustling,
But this time, Dad gives in and pushes the job until Friday so stepson can go shopping. Friday morning, everyone is up early to prep for the recovery.
He's not even here.
Everyone except Brandon.
No answer. Hey, buddy, you're missing out. Lost another job, didn't answer your phone. Lucky I answered the phone. We're still in business, sorry.
Guess we're ready to go.
He's a typical teenager. He's got his own agenda. Probably the least important thing in his world right now is making $1. Brandon, you knew we were gonna go do the job, but Brandon's disappeared. Frankly, I'm pretty frustrated with it. I've about just had enough. Look at the snow line. Snow line's dropped right down.
Yeah.
Look at the fresh snow here.
Yeah.
I'm getting the heebie-jeebies about this. Test 1, 2, 3 test.
The higher they go, the worse it gets.
Wow.
Wow, look at this. Everybody's spinning out. Truck's all spinning out, man. Not even going anywhere.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it.
Me neither. Oh, man. Just like winter we were doing.
Yeah. This is unreal. It's tearing me apart here a little bit whether we should carry on with this job. I mean, going over the bank in the snow and it's snowing is not such a big issue. Should we really be on this road when it's snowing out and working when people are driving, the highway? The conditions are really not that great for doing this job. I mean, look at the snow.
The crew pulls off the road at the brake check to figure out what to do.
I can't believe there's this much snow. We just left town.
I know. If it's like this up here, it's going to be going up and down that bank, right? Even with a cable, so.
Well, what I worry about is being on the highway.
Yeah, well, I worry about everything.
The highways guys will have a bird if we're on there.
No, this is not like this.
Not safe.
It's been there for a month already. Another couple days ain't going to hurt it, right?
Yeah. Stand down.
Stand down, boys! Stand down!
Go down.
It'll be okay where it is. Nobody's going to steal it.
By the time they get back to the shop, Brandon is finally home from the gym.
I know what I have to do every day to keep everything in check here. So when the other guy isn't doing it, you're looking at him like, well, you know, why are you going to the gym? You know, we got responsibilities here. We got to pay the banker. You got to have some get up and go and some gumption behind you to get to work. Like nowhere land is nowhere land. You got to go to work. You got to do something. You have to have a reason to get up every morning. And you got to have somewhere to go and something to do.
I go to the gym every day. That's my something to do.
The things still need to be done in there.
You don't find very many 16-year-olds that are going to wake up at 3 a.m. and go out to work. You can go ask a couple.
Go help Sammy right now, will you,
Go ask
please?
a couple, because...
Just get something done. That shop isn't sitting there costing money for me every minute of the day. For people to pop in and work when they feel like it.
Monday morning brings clear skies and spring weather. Jamie is itching to get the Skagit Bluffs job over with.
Now we're kind of on our fourth run to get this car out. Hopefully we can just pound this off and get it out of here. It's kind of been a chicken around my neck.
Brandon came to work today, but after last week's no-show, Jamie's put him back on flag duty.
I can't believe it. These guys live pretty far down.
It'll get dangerous quick, so...
Jamie decides to send down Sammy and city boy Ken.
You know, you want to come up here and work with the mountain guys, and you come and work with the mountain guys. Let's see where you go, because it's not like that in Richmond, I'll tell you that. You sure you can handle this big city guy?
No problem, buddy.
You sure you're gonna do her?
I was born in a ditch.
I know a Richmond ditch is Richmond ditches are only 5 feet deep.
No, they're 25
this
feet
is
deep.
1,500 feet
I'm 10
deep.
feet tall, so that's 35 feet, pal.
Think you can handle her, city slicker?
I can hang her, no problem, man.
Okay,
This is what I was born to do.
All right. Are you good with going down there, Sammy?
Yeah.
You don't mind going with him?
Just gotta
Bula.
belly, bula, bula.
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 So the two guys that are going down over, can we go over some rope gear with them? Let me get the ropes stuff rigged here for these guys.
Jim gives them a crash course in mountaineering.
Over there. We're gonna go off that pole and down off that pole.
Okay.
You fall and roll 1,500 feet.
That's good.
You're dead. Take your two hands, slide this up the rope.
Yeah.
And you can tighten up on it and you can pull yourself, for climbing back up, right?
Okay. Okay, so go back down to the bottom and do the part about going up again, just so I make sure I got it. I know it's simple for you.
You'll slide this up as you go and...
Okay. I got it now.
Sammy goes first.
You ready to start going down?
Yeah.
Hold that knot in one hand.
Just go slow, Sammy. There's no hurry.
Hey, Jim, how far Ken is? Is he okay?
Halfway down, Sam. It's all good.
Big 10-4.
The bank is so unstable. Can't make any wrong moves or you're going for a swim in a real cold river.
The next challenge is getting the cable down to them.
We have a 16-ounce lead shot bag. This is full of lead, 16 ounces. We've got this line is a really, really strong line. So we shoot it with a giant slingshot, but I'm hoping the bag will make it close and they can grab it and pull it. Once they can pull the line, we will tie the cable on the other end of this rope and they'll pull the cable down to them. So we're gonna do this?
Yeah, it should be. There's just the two vehicles, Brett.
Okay.
Take one, and the shot bag goes nowhere.
Got caught in his slingshot. Take two.
Try it again, yeah.
Ready?
Oh, that went good. Holy
Stand back. Let it go.
Wow.
Yeah. Good shot, Jim.
See, it's pink and orange. Straight up.
All the line we had out.
Yeah, it works good. It's right there. So that's a bonus. You're only 50 feet away from Sammy. Good deal. 10-4, pull the string. That's in the same spot. Here, let me whip it.
Just some.
Oh, there's lots more. You got enough to go all the way to the car. It looks like it goes down on an angle, then drops off. So it looks to me like there's probably another 25-foot drop off right at the river's edge there. You can't really see that up here from this point.
Ken gets as close as he can, but it's not quite close enough.
His chin strap must have broke or something. His helmet came off. Hopefully we can get it back. It's like a $250 helmet. Oh, it's gone now.
Uncles, what are going on? You like that river, eh?
So we got a little bit of a bite on it with it. You threw a kind of a hook into it without going into the river. So we're gonna do a little pull just to see if we can get it a little closer to shore and we can hook up to it better. Confirm you want us to pull there, Ken?
Pull up on the cable, please.
Ever so gently, Bruce.
No spool is big enough to take up 1,500 feet of cable. So the plan is to run it through a pulley on the rotator's arm, then attach it to Bruce's truck. By driving forward, he will pull the car up the cliff.
We're not actually winding it onto a drum, we're just driving ahead and it's pulling the 1,500 feet.
Ken, you let me know when you want it stopped.
10-4, copy that.
Very, very slowly.
Keep going.
It's playing slow.
Very, very slow. Stop.
Okay, I'll stop.
The car is now close enough that Ken can re-rig the cable more securely.
Go ahead, slow, Bruce. You take it easy, this is a small line, right?
It's coming nice. Keep coming.
Keep coming slow. Go ahead, slow, Bruce.
Jamie has finally got the elusive wreck on the hook when...
Holy... You guys okay there? Everybody okay down there? Did it break the cable or a clamp?
The cable snap. Where did it break at? Up here?
Where's the cable sitting? I can't even see it.
Right here, right where that bush is. I see it down. It's scaring me, man. You're going down, you're gonna slide right down.
Where it broke, wherever it broke, down, it's still attached to the vehicle.
And you have that other end. Where is the other end at? Where you guys are?
I have no idea where it broke. I think it broke up closer to where you guys, up in the tree line.
We didn't do any damage to anything, or what?
So it broke right at the pulley where they usually do. Right at the pulley. Exactly where it snapped, right where it goes through the turns and goes through the pulley. And then...
Didn't win this one.
We took a risk here, we took a gamble on the lighter cable, you know, for the guy's sake, packing it down the bank where they can barely walk on that bank. What would you want to do? Would you want to have the big heavy cable? We took a gamble, we tried it, didn't work.
I don't want to come back here again. This thing's one of these things that just costed me nothing but money, right? We're just figuring out what to do here. Stand by.
Cable broke right here. So there's all the cable up to this point. So there'd be no problem bending it over, putting a clamp in it, putting a line on it once you're down there.
We could use my line on there. We'd get it up to there.
Jamie's plan B is to double up the broken cable and then pull it with a stronger main line from his rotator.
So now instead of 1 3/8 line pulling up on the car, we have 2.
Now he's got to explain that to the boys below.
What we're trying to do is get a double
Line going on, right? So
we're gonna let it down again on my other main line, which is 250 feet. And
then what you do is you'll put the doubled cable through the hook.
run your other slack line down as far as you can so that we can try to get a double cable.
Just it's always stupid when it's like this. So gets stupider as you get more tired and it gets darker and colder. Keep on trucking. Keep on plugging away.
Ken and Sammy connect the doubled up cable to Jamie's single main line. Now they need to get the broken end down to the wreck.
We've stirred up all the loose stuff now, so it's like pretty much I can climb up ice.
You want me to take this with us? No, you don't need this now, right?
Well, no, not really, because all we're doing is joining the... All we can do with what we have is join the cables together.
Yeah, two here and 2 up there. That's what I think it meant. And this, I don't know what's this for.
Where'd that broken piece go? There we go. Give me that. So that's the piece.
I got you, Monkhouse.
What's the holdup?
Yeah, how hard is it to pull this line down?
I know.
Up the road, Brandon's been flagging for going on 8 hours.
Got this kill on the road.
Are they in the clear now? Are they in the clear?
I don't
You
know. I
guys
can't
good now?
see them. I can't see them, so I don't know where they are.
By the time the new rigging is finally ready, the sun is down and it's starting to rain.
Yeah, just start yanking on it.
Okay, here we go. Look, the cable's just about here. It's not even pulling the car. I don't understand.
Not even tight.
What do we got, 3,000 feet of slack?
So now what do you do?
This is unbelievable, man.
I'm winching and winching and winching and winching and everything's going up and the cable's coming and everything's, I'm thinking, okay, geez, that's pretty easy. Where's the car?
How far are they down that second piece?
Well, I don't know. Like, look, we got slack.
They couldn't have made it back down to that car with that line because they only the same amount of line we had up to Bruce's.
Hey guys, what?
Up there with the slack here, how come we have slack? We're doing the survey here, trying to figure out what's up.
Everything's clamped together. Everything's tied together.
They didn't do it properly is what they didn't
No,
do.
they just tied it in partway down, I bet.
Yeah, I think he wanted us to go right down the car.
Instead of attaching the broken end of the cable to the wreck, they attached it to the cable itself. When Jamie pulled, all he got was slack.
Unbelievable, man. All day and we haven't even managed to move it out of the drink.
All day to move it 30 feet.
That is the most stupidest thing. Let's tie this off. Ain't happening. It's the end of the day today. I don't want to do any more. We're not winning this one.
I've been to this job 4 times now. I've had enough.
Jamie's not the only one who's had enough.
Look at that piece of
What?
Brandon, he just walked off the road. You can't just do that. He wanted to go home because he was wet. There was 15 other people there that were wet, cold, wanted to go home. Well, we weren't whining like that.
What was the problem there while you walked off the job?
You asked me I do this as a favor for you to come out here. And
Why are you doing me a favor?
because you had no other flaggers, so you're telling me you need me to do this. I
needed anybody to work today.
So
like
I worked 11 hours straight, and I was tired of my.
11 hours.
It's been 9 o'clock. I've been on the call, so we've been out here, and I've been. My legs are giving out. I'm laying on the road. I can't take that. Like, I'm tired. I'm beat. I'm wet. I'm drenched. I'm standing. I can see if I was.
So why would you walk
around.
off the job though when we're done in 5 or 10 minutes?
So I'm coming here as a favor for you.
You're just doing me a favor.
This isn't
We're
fun.
here to work though. Why do you think you're doing me a favor when you're working?
For you, because you're telling me to.
Everybody get in a truck and get ready to go.
Why does everyone treat me like I'm 50? Like I'm like a grown adult trying to pay my car payment, my bills, my food payments. Like, what the hell? How is this my fault?
Stop. Ain't happening. We're not winning this one.
For Jamie, a long day of frustration was capped off by Brandon walking off the job.
What makes you so special that you don't work?
You either sink or swim. You know, there's been numerous times where he's been sinking. And, you know, we've got to get him to that next level. And that's what I'm working on with him.
The next morning, Jamie decides it's time for Brandon to get a little lesson in how the towing business really works.
So go get coveralls on boots, and it won't take long. Hurry, let's go. Or I'll cut you off from the company gas.
He wants to always rely on me, but I can't make work my #1 priority. If I commit myself to this towing thing, I'm gonna be doing this towing thing for the rest of my life.
Attitude is everything, and good attitude will get you places, right?
Give Brandon a little training exercise, Jamie and I, see if he's got what it takes to be a motor truck man.
That's a diesel, right? An old worn out diesel. Okay.
This. Nope, not doing it.
Pop the hood. Main one?
I think that's the main. You don't get to start off in the best truck when you first start.
Well, I don't want to start off in the worst truck.
There you go.
If you're gonna give up life before you even start it, why don't you just grab a shovel and dig a hole now?
If.
No, he's gonna get punched out.
That's a bad attitude.
How about you shut the up before I knock you the out, you little...
Relax.
Shut the up.
I think he's just too spoiled. Doesn't want to do nothing for himself, and that just proved it.
Hey, Bram. Come here for a minute. Don't get all pissed off because he's egging you on, right? And run away from it. Let's deal with it. Let's go through the stages, and that's part of learning how to start. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna get this old van that's been rolled over already. We're gonna lift that van and we're gonna roll it over in the yard, and then we're gonna teach you how to roll over and hook up.
You wanna go get a truck out?
One time?
Yeah.
Where do you want me to put it?
How many times do you think you'll stall it from here to there? Put your foot on the clutch if you need to, right? That stops you. It's good.
Where do you want it?
So you just put it through here. Pull it around. So you see what you just did? You didn't have to do that. Let's give me this end now. Perfect. Okay, so you can go ahead and winch it up.
I don't know if I'm supposed to go up or down.
Up is up and down is down. Stop on that one. Yeah, you're getting it. That's right. That's right. Whoa.
Holy it's taking forever.
Yeah, we'd be out of here pretty soon. So take this now. Put that where that hook was. All right, put it in there. So what you've done now is you've done two things.
Instead of dragging this sideways now, right? You're not dragging it into the mud, you're lifting on it.
How do you know?
Well, you'll see. And we've done two other things. You've also reduced the working load. So instead of this load, say, pulling a 4,000-pound pull, it's only gonna pull 2,000 pounds. So now you're not dragging it anymore, eh? Recovery is the most funnest job you could ever have. It's neat, isn't it?
If that thing comes off and hits me in the face, I'm gonna be pissed off.
And then just back up in front of the car as if you're gonna get it off the highway right away.
I don't like driving standing.
It's okay, you're gonna learn
Sucks.
it. Just park it and we'll unhook it and you're gone.
Ugh. Where?
Put her in a spot. Put it between them two there without
Jane,
smashing.
come on.
Take it and go. Enough's enough for one day.
Occupying myself as a tow truck driver for the next 10 years to 20 years?
You can lead the horse to water, but you can't make him drink. I can't just go buy a truck and say, here you go, there's insurance on it, and here's a fuel card, go to work. And you don't go to work.
Monday morning, Jamie and his crew are back at Skagit Bluffs to hopefully finish the most frustrating job he's had all season.
Maybe this will go a little better today.
Today, Jamie didn't even bother trying to get Brandon out of bed.
Whether he stays in this business or carries on in it or doesn't or finds a different line of work, that's up to him. You know, I'm not pointing a gun to his head to do it.
To get the elusive wreck up the cliff, Jamie has brought thicker 5/8-inch cable.
We brought the bigger cable because we're frustrated and mad and the smaller cable's not working. So this time, no matter what happens, we're getting this car.
Let's start unrolling this. Try to pull this out, go right down past my truck. You get such a long distance, that's a lot of heavy cable to put down a hill.
The thicker cable is much heavier and harder to control.
If a bigger cable starts to wind its way down the mountain and it takes off on you, it'll take off like a snake. Somebody could get hurt down there.
To help with the extra load, Jamie's sending down a third man, part-time helper, Gord.
You guys want to start going down? You okay? Buddy, you ready? It's working.
The more they feed out, the heavier the line hanging down the cliff gets. Until...
Whoa, whoa, whoa! You okay, Gord? There he is. He's up. Wow.
With only a few feet to spare, Jamie and Ken are able to catch the runaway cable. Once it's in place, Ken heads down to help rig it.
Well, I hope we get it up here. I don't want to come back here again. I might have to give up on the job maybe if we can't get her.
There you go.
Okay, now where's that chain?
We need the rescue backed in here.
Because Bruce is on another job, the only truck Jamie has available to do the pull-up is Kevin's rescue truck.
Do you know what we're doing?
I hope so. I kind of explained it to him.
Last week's cable break has Kevin on edge.
If the cable snaps, I got no protection, so at least this door will protect me from taking my head off. And then I just run the winch with my foot, right? Start pulling?
Yeah, go ahead. Give her.
I'm scared.
What's Kevin doing way up there?
Hiding.
He's actually in the cabinet, isn't he?
He's so scared.
He's totally inside the cupboard.
Kevin,
What's that?
I wanted the chicken to come out of his house there.
Yeah.
Copy.
Is it still in? Is the car moved?
As the car starts to move up, the hillside starts to come down.
We gotta hold for a minute. We gotta get way out of the zone here because we got everything coming down on us.
Brutal. Brutal, brutal.
I think when you pull a little harder, it's going to pop past the top of the trees, find its own path.
Yeah, I'm going to still swing the boom over a little bit. It'll help it out.
Jamie uses the boom arm to carefully steer the wreck up the cliff.
Guys at the bottom, let me know when that thing's gonna hang up on the tree or whatever.
But this crumbled car seems to have a mind of its own.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
On his 5th trip to Skagit Bluffs, Jamie's finally got the wreck halfway up the cliff when it goes off course.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Is that thing into the tree now?
It is stuck on it.
Nobody knew that it would go to the tree. It's just the geometry. There's a crown to where the fallout area is, the rock slide there, the rock bank, and it decides to go where it wants.
So you might have to move it over or some kind of get it out in the middle.
Thanks for telling us.
Okay, we're gonna get gored down.
With the other one to hook up, okay?
10-4.
The wreck is far enough up that Jamie can run a line directly from his rotator.
We're gonna hook this chain into the rear end, is it okay?
That's beautiful. Right around the rear end.
There's nothing now gonna stop the big line.
No, she's coming home. Coming home to daddy.
Coming okay?
Looking good, buddy. Coming up nice, coming up backwards on its rear wheels.
After 3 frustrating attempts, the slippery SUV is finally back on the road.
We finally slayed the dragon, yeah, that's good. I've had enough of this thing.
What's good, Jimmy? Good to go? Good, go. Okay.
At the end of the day, Jamie lost money on this job, but he got it done.
You know, you just don't quit. You know, we're not quitters. We're not guys to just walk away when there's a bad day or a bad week.
Brandon may not be keen on towing, but he wants to show Jamie that he's not a quitter either. So he's invited his stepdad to join him at the gym.
I wanted him to see how hard I can work and that I am dedicated to something. I'm not just, you know, your average teenager.
You ready? Yeah, I'm ready. Let me have my lunch here first. You gonna show the old man how to buff up?
Yeah, show you how it's done.
How to live properly and stop drinking beer?
Yeah, that's right.
This is gonna actually screw up our program, me and Adam's website.
How's that?
BigFatTowTruckGuy.com. Okay, whatever, I'll see you there then.
Show him the basics in here. Show him what I do.
This is called a gym?
Yeah.
This is what you do while you're not working and not making no money?
That's right.
Oh, we can wheel and deal, whatever. Yeah, no problem.
Didn't know it was business hours today.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's full dedication to the gym. Hey? I
But,
guess not.
yeah, I don't. Are they paying it or is the insurance guy paying it? I'm losing money.
You swing in your arms. You swing in your arms. You got to keep your arms more locked in. You're good. You're good.
So you come here every day?
Every day. 40.
40. Oh, I could feel that.
Yeah, this is like the best one. 3, 2, perfect.
Whoa, where are you going?
You still have 3 minutes left. So we're gonna be doing shoulders. So we'll start off with 40s.
Holy Did you just set me up on that one?
No, you think those are heavy?
Heavy. Holy. Why did you start me at 40?
40s, I can do 70s.
I know you can do 70s.
I can do about actually 80s.
I can't even do it.
Push.
I can't. No, don't.
No?
That's heavy.
Put it down, put it down.
That's unbelievable. Do that again so I can see you do that again. I can't believe you even did it. Holy moly. That's 120 pounds above your head.
That's right. I've been doing this for about like 2 years now, and I've been dedicated since day one. I want to be the best of my to my ability. You know, I want to do the best possible.
Well, that part of his work ethic on the gym side is spectacular. Proud of him for that. And he could teach me a thing or two. Nothing much left to that.
Next time on the highway through hell,
Look out!
rock slides
Gary!
cause a head-on collision
Holy moly.
that has Jamie under the gun.
Well, I want to get this highway open.
And a harrowing ride up the coke
Whiteout conditions. Look, you can't even see.
pushes Kevin to his breaking point.
We shouldn't even be here.
I don't need to die for my job.
Nothing much left to that.
This time on the highway through hell,
Look out!
rock slides
Gary!
cause a head-on collision
Holy moly.
that has Jamie under the gun.
Well, I want to get this highway open.
And a harrowing ride up the coke
Whiteout conditions. Look, you can't even see.
pushes Kevin to his breaking point.
We shouldn't even be here. My ass is puckered right up now.
I don't need to die for my job.
In the rugged mountains of the Pacific Northwest, there's a highway like no other. The Coca-Cola is an engineering marvel. But when the weather turns bad,
Look out!
It's like the Bermuda Triangle of truck accidents.
keeping the coke open takes an army
When the highway shuts down, the world shuts down.
and a last line of defense.
En route.
A heavy rescue team ready to tackle any disaster. Because here, closure is not an option.
Watch out!
2 sets of chains to go up the hill.
It's been the snowiest winter in 3 decades, and winter isn't over yet.
The coke's a mess. Gonna need to chain up.
Snow and ice on the coke have drivers scrambling to get through the mountains any way they can.
Must be got slammed here pretty hard, boy. Holy.
Down at Jamie Davis Heavy Rescue, the crew is gearing up for the next battle.
Well, you can bear hug it then. I'll leave you with that.
I've got everybody kind of motivated to get on their trucks and get them fixed up and cleaned up and, you know, kind of get our act together so that when things hit the fan again, we're ready to go.
It's Kevin's job to keep his rescue truck stocked up to Jamie's standards. But Jamie's not always pleased with his performance.
Anything you need, you get.
Sometimes.
Fill the truck up.
Tomorrow,
Oh,
we'll go
I
there.
forgot. Oh, it wasn't there.
I'll
Oh, I'm
take
gonna
2
do it tomorrow.
pickups full.
Make a list.
Home.
Make it happen.
Then you get to one job and you don't have that one thing, and then everybody comes down on you like, why don't you have that? It's like, well,
Today, Kevin could be excused for being a bit distracted. He just got his hands on some high-tech gear.
got it on Monday. Just trying to get used to what all these numbers on the screen do and what to look for.
Kevin got a camera in a pawn shop, and he started filming our accidents.
I feel like I gotta get all the action. That's a mess. See this new bad boy?
Wow. I think he just needs a little bit more guidance and a little more tricks and knacks of the trade, but once he gets those down, he'll be good.
I'll actually leave this sitting right here on, ready to go. And then if I can, I'll just grab it. I wanted to show my buddies, you know, what kind of work I do, like back home, or show my mom or my family. Still looking at the road while I'm driving. I'm not gonna be young forever, so I would like to back away from this and get into the film industry a little more and do more shooting. Do something different while I still can.
On the other side of the yard, Sammy is tending to the rest of the fleet.
Sammy does everything.
I work in the yard, get things organized and stuff like that. Oh, I love it. It's awesome. It's a great job.
Sammy's the low man on the totem pole right now, but got a great attitude and people love him.
One for Rich, anyone's back.
Everybody's always calling for him. Hey, Sammy, help me, help me. So he's always helping everybody around here.
If I scratch the side of my truck, I'm gonna kick your ass.
Well, no, just learn how to drive.
Not all the guys pull their weight around here like he does, I'll tell you that.
Well, keep working it, buddy.
You don't got this truck washed yet?
You can walk all the way around, buddy.
He's my sidekick. He's rescue guy number 2. And he's actually older than me, and everything I ask him to do, he does. He doesn't question me and stuff like that. He just does it. That's good. That's coming out good.
Yeah. I do this and then still go out, do the wrecks. I love it.
If we get a wreck tonight, well, then it'll be dirtier for tomorrow.
That's right.
If you take Sammy and Kevin and line the two up together, they're yin and yang. Even when Sammy's having a bad day, he's having a good day.
Gotta work hard and get strong.
When Kevin's having a bad day, he's having a bad day.
Pisses me off. I'm gonna smash that window myself.
It's probably not far down or anything, I wouldn't think.
At 9:30, Jamie gets a call to tow a moving van that got hit by a falling boulder. The steep canyons along the highway are notorious for rock slides. Here, even a single rock, pried loose by ice and rain, can be deadly.
Guess a rock went through the roof or something, and that's all the info we got, so.
We were driving along and just smash! Just hit the roof. It was probably about the size of a microwave. So lucky though, like 2 seconds before, I had just leaned back and the rock like came down and the roof all caved like right in front of my face. It was wild. No warning.
No warning at all.
Didn't see anything. There was no debris on the road, so I wouldn't even have thought to look out for it.
Pretty traumatic for them part. If it was a bigger rock, it definitely would have gone through and she definitely would have been dead. If not dead, very seriously injured. So I think someone upstairs was definitely looking after them.
Not everyone is so lucky. In 1965, just outside of Hope, the entire side of a mountain crashed down onto the highway, burying 3 vehicles and leaving 4 people dead.
There was transport trucks in there, a few cars that are underneath the rock still to this day.
The road was buried under 300 feet of mud and rock.
They just rerouted the road. That's how they fixed it. That could happen again. We get rock slides in the canyon all the time.
On these mountain roads, even a small slide can trigger a disaster.
Was it a big wreck up there or what? How many trucks?
2. Oh, scrap material.
That night, a semi swerving to avoid a falling boulder causes a head-on collision. The call comes in to Jamie at just after 4 a.m.
Just north of China Bar, one guy just swerved to miss a rock, and then one guy went over the bank, and one truck burnt to the ground.
The truck was over the embankment, and they're unsure whether there's any other vehicles with it.
Is it bumps and bruises or serious?
Seemingly the 2 drivers are being brought down to the Hope Hospital.
Ever.
This job's a huge job. I've dispatched flagging, flatbeds, big wreckers, the rescue's going. This is China Bar Tunnel. It's supposed to be just on the other side of this. Oh, see the rock slide there? Unbelievable. Nothing much left of that, eh? There's one over the bank here too. Holy moly. Good 100 feet down.
It's just before dawn. Jamie's crew arrives at the scene of a head-on collision between two semis.
Nothing much left to that, eh? Unbelievable. Good 100 feet down.
A rock slide onto the highway sent a large stone through the windshield of a Super Bee, knocking the driver unconscious, sending him into the path of an oncoming truck. Both rigs burst into flames on impact. The Super Bee slammed into the rock face. The burning reefer plunged over the cliff.
Holy moly.
By the time Jamie's crew arrives, fire and rescue have left the scene. Both drivers have been taken to the hospital.
Unbelievable, man.
The road has been closed for hours, and highway authorities want it open now.
I'd like to get it open as quick as we can. Public safety is our #1 concern, but we also have a lot of commercial goods that are being held up. So I want to get this highway open.
To do that, Jamie needs to get what's left of the Super Bee off the road, while working directly beneath an unstable cliff.
Just pull this thing, and if these legs dig in too bad, we'll stop, but at least we'll go 5 feet ahead or whatever.
Hugo and Adam drag the hopper trailers onto the road so they can be hooked up and towed away. But clearing what's left of the burnt-out cab is a bigger challenge.
Burn jobs in general are hard to handle. It was totally wrecked, couldn't be towed. It needed to be cut up to be moved properly because any bigger pieces couldn't fit on the flatbed, so we had to put it in pieces to get it onto the flatbed to get it off the road.
As Kevin fires up an acetylene torch to cut up the cab, Jamie spies a new problem. A leaking pool of green winter diesel fuel.
Hang on. We've got a fuel leak here. We burn it, it sparks. That catches on fire, right? So we can't have that.
The diesel needs to be siphoned into a barrel, but someone left the barrel back in the yard.
I had a barrel in here yesterday and Sammy took it out. There again, I look stupid.
Like
We should have put it in the back.
I was up till 9 o'clock last night because I moved my thing
Look at-
ahead and I'm doing a bunch of work.
But what do we do with it?
Generator in there and stuff, you know.
Drink it?
But I had to take all-
It's a mistake. That's all, happens.
So,
And Sammy took the barrel out of my truck.
okay, stop. Just stop for a minute, okay? Go take a 5-minute breather.
That pisses me off.
Sammy and Kevin don't always get along.
There again, I look like the stupid one.
Kevin can be really growly to deal with, and Sammy will go, you know what? I'm not dealing with your today, buddy, and they'll get into it.
He decides for apparent reason to take it off.
And if they're having a bad day, well, have a bad day. I don't care.
Well, whatever.
If he didn't like it up there for the meantime, he should have threw it in the back.
I'm getting a headache.
You guys have a bad day by yourself. I'm busy.
Ken, get the mini berm up on the shelf on the right-hand side.
Jamie improvises using a portable spill tray called a mini berm.
Okay, get that started up.
The crew scrambles to scoop out the diesel.
Where's that bucket?
Buckets, buckets, buckets.
But the delay doesn't go unnoticed.
Shoot for 9:15, but 9:30 at the latest.
Come on, Jimmy.
They're given 20 minutes to do a 2-hour job.
Hey, Hugo, get your gloves and give them a hand here, okay? But they want this highway open like right now.
With time tight, Adam goes back to cutting down the cab before the diesel fuel is all drained.
Just cutting a bolt to this cab where we can lift this cab onto our deck truck.
We don't want a bunch of this on fire.
Just lift that up.
Lift it out of the way. Okay, are we ready? We're going up. We need that mini berm now.
I didn't see them coming from behind, so I got yelled.
It's not the camera, it's the attitude that goes with it. Can't you see I'm filming here? Meanwhile, you need him to do his job.
I should put it away pretty quick and start helping again.
Before the highway can open, all the scraps need to be off the road.
We've got only 5 minutes left to get the road open in time. We're under pressure right now. Let's get off the highway, buddy. Right now. Don't matter what you're doing, get off the road.
So can I talk to the flaggers and just tell them go? Yeah, we got the all clear.
Yeah, the road's finally open.
Traffic is moving, but for Jamie, the job isn't done. The other truck is at the bottom of a steep ravine, and he's got to get it out.
You know, it's over the bank, probably 100 feet. Not much left of it.
With another storm forecast for tonight, Jamie wants to wrap up this job today. To do that, he must pull up the fire-gutted shell of a trailer in one piece. But first, somebody's got to climb down and rig it.
Hey, Sammy! Okay, grab that block, run it down to Sam.
The tough job works its way down the heavy rescue food chain.
Okay, we'll do this one first, Sammy.
At least it's not pissing down rain.
You seen the snow up on 3 yesterday, man.
Yeah?
Oh,
What's for the rocks? I heard them girls were hot.
Drag it down to the truck so we know how much we got.
A little more.
Got a snatch block down there. And gonna see if we can hook it up with a long enough cable.
Keep going. You need a hand, Sammy?
One of the guys on the salvage crew finally volunteers to give Sammy a hand.
Just like your logging days, eh?
And when the job needs a third rigger,
3. 1, 2, 3. You go down. I got to pull rank this time.
down below, Sammy and the others struggle to rig the heavy chain to the fire-damaged trailer.
We've got hundreds of pounds of chain, and it's just hard to hold it up and pull it tight. It's just heavy rigging. And half the crew's up top watching.
Just capturing what kind of carnage we got.
Gotta take a breather.
Is everybody clear below?
We're coming up.
He's a rookie, and he's pooped out from going up and down that bank about 4 times. Oh well.
You should be down there. What's your job?
The rookie's got to go down the bank.
You know what?
I put my time in going
Oh,
up and down.
you know what? You got no balls to go down there. Yeah, one more.
Sammy's busting his ass here. He's up and down the bank. He's doing really well.
I want scotch after this.
No scotch.
I need a bottle of
You guys
scotch.
want
Yeah, a little bottle of scotch, please. The boss says a little bottle of scotch, too.
The rigging is finally ready. The challenge now is pulling the fragile trailer up the hill without it falling apart.
Well, the rock's gonna rip it all apart. We don't want that to happen. You know what I could do? I could maybe just drag it this way a bit for you. Okay, let's get this rotator.
Got enough chain there?
To free the trailer, Jamie has Sammy and Hugo run a line from his rotator.
Got it, Hugo? It's good.
Jamie and Adam will have to carefully coordinate their winch lines to inch the fragile trailer sideways around the snag.
Hey, at least his tires are rolling, so that's good.
Hold it right there. Well, what we're doing right now is I'm just doing kind of directionally moving it around the rock, right? So I'm steering it.
If the trailer breaks apart, it could take another full day to pull up all the pieces.
Am I away from the rock?
Keep going.
The plan works.
Hey, I need the low bed up here.
Because it's too destroyed to tow, the burnt-out hulk has to be hauled away on a low-bed trailer. But Jamie's worried about pieces flying off.
Come on back, buddy. It's hanging over quite a bit. It's pretty looking. So we're gonna have to chop saw that off. Whatever's left over can go in the bin truck.
Can-do Sammy once again steps up to the plate, while Kevin covers his back.
Sammy, I promised him a bottle of scotch because he worked so hard, and he deserved the extra bonus. A great part of the team.
2 bottles of scotch tonight.
2 bottles of scotch tonight.
He deserved 2 bottles of scotch.
By late afternoon, Jamie's crew is doing mop-up.
2 complete semis, burnt on the ground, 1 a B train, 1 a reefer trailer, 1 200 feet down a bank, and we've got our crews lick that whole thing up.
Both lanes of the highway are finally open. But danger remains.
We're concerned that if any more rock comes down, it just comes straight out onto the road and will hit any cars that are passing by.
A geologist is brought in to make a visual inspection of the unstable cliff.
We'll bring a crew out to do the scaling up there.
But for now, the need to keep the highway moving outweighs the risk of another rock slide. Tomorrow, a team of scalers will determine just how safe the cliff really is.
Beer clock right now.
Yeah.
After a hard day's work, Jamie's crew settles into what they call beer o'clock. And Jamie makes good on his promise to Sammy.
Sammy, he worked so hard. He gave it his all that day. He put in an extra effort, probably more than the other guys did at the job site. You got hustled your ass so hard today, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I know you love scotch.
Mm-hmm.
Remember I promised?
Yep, you did.
I promised you 2 bottles of scotch?
Yep.
Well, they didn't have 2 bottles of scotch, but I got 1 big one.
1 big one. No problem. Thank you, sir.
Because you were employee of the day.
Yep, that's right. I thought Bollywood was.
No. He talks the talk, but he don't do the walk, right?
Now it's scotch time. Bula. Ah, very good. Well, good. Now we can rock and roll.
At 7:30, Jamie heads home to his family. Back in the shop, Sammy settles in for the night.
After wrecks and stuff, I come in. I do my own thing.
During the week, Jamie's office doubles as living quarters for Sammy, who's also the night watchman.
And I have a shower, right? I have a shower. There is a bed, like I had a bed. Yeah, snowflake. Hey, buddy. Everything's all there. Fridge, stove, plus TV. Well, I'm here to work. That's all there is to it. It's like camp, man. You go on a camp, you work, right? I'm from Fiji. I came here when I was 13. I didn't want to come here. My dad says, oh, all the kids gotta go. I said, okay. Okay, you know what? I made a good move, I think. I work here and I go home. That's it. I work for my family. I gotta take care of my kids, my wife, because I love them so much.
Across town, Kevin is spending his evening reviewing his work.
My old man, he was like a running geek when it came to electronics. Like, he worked in TV. Everything they had, he had to have too. Yeah. See, I up with the focus there. You know, my dad wanted me to get into the media world. And I basically told him if I wanted to be a truck driver. And he told me truck drivers are basically so him and me had it out, and I haven't talked to him since. I should have listened to him now when I look back, but at the same time, who needs him? I haven't needed him in 20 years. Why would I need him now? Sort of thing, right? The Red Dream Team, all in action. I've known Jamie for about 10 years. I got total respect for Jamie. I've sort of adopted him as my dad, you know, because him and me, like, we've talked and we've had deep conversations. I guess we both adopted each other. Focus, 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 focus. Focus.
This morning, Kevin has driven outside town to videotape a notorious wreck. Last year, 2 trucks collided on a bridge and went over the side.
Well, the one truck flipped over and landed pretty much right here. Another truck come around the corner about 10 minutes later, 5 minutes later, smashed into him, and then they both went over, both trucks.
Because the recovery was so difficult, the truck has been left where it landed.
That's the worst one I've seen.
I hate bridges, just because I've seen so many trucks go off them.
The experience stirs up Kevin's own fears.
I'm never in too big of a hurry because I don't want to die. You do enough of these truck wrecks, you just learn to slow down, right?
One of his biggest fears is his own rescue truck.
My new truck, you know, I get scared driving that. It's a little different truck for me. It's very scary. That's a city truck. That truck's normally going out from a fire hall to going 5 or 10 miles and back again. Everybody else's truck here has a hood on it and a motor in front of them. So if they get hit, they got some protection. If I get hit, I got no protection. Like this bumper is just a bumper, right? It'll get squished just as quick as I'll get squished, you know? Pretty scary to think about sometimes. I don't need to die for my job.
Okay, come down there, let her rip.
At the scene of yesterday's rock slide, a team of scalers has been called in to make sure the cliff is stable. They're led by Mike Rasta Blasta Hall.
Rasta Blasta. As people say, what do? I say I hang off ropes and blow up. Ugh. I went into business 11 years ago under Camira Springs Rockwork. I started rock scaling when I was 18. I mean, it's a pretty cool job. Once you've been up there, I mean, it's not like you can go back to sitting at a desk. You know what I mean? You need the rush. Today we're just trying to stabilize this bluff. Once you've had a slide and an accident, and the only way to make it safe is to go up there and check it.
That's where the original slide came from the other day. Just old weathered rock. It's all split open, cracked, busted, lots of big voids behind it, but we'll get in there and make it so if nothing else is loose, and that'll be about it.
This is a scaling bar, weighs 17 pounds. This is to open the crack. You use the pick. And then once the crack is open, then you use the spoon to open the crack up. And then you just use your force the rest of the way.
They're allowed to close the road for no more than 20 minutes at a time.
If you go over 20 minutes, that's your limit. The whole thing is keep the traffic moving, right? That's why we're here.
Adding to the pressure, it starts to snow.
My fingers are numb. Oh, come on, fingers, get warm.
Just everything's twice as hard when it's snowing. Normally, we don't work in the snow, but this is an emergency call out.
Oh, yeah.
It's pitching right here.
Basically, there's two main causes for destabilization in the canyon. You've got what we call frost jacking, like a little bit of water will get into a crack, then it freezes at night, the ice expands, so the crack gets a little bigger, more rain gets in, freezes again, and then the trees. Because everywhere there's a tree up there, it'll be growing into a crack. Trees can move mountains. You guys are gonna get picked off. All right.
That was a near one.
Kids stay in school.
Yeah.
This is when you tell them that.
Mike pays close attention to the safety of his crew.
Somebody's got to watch, because when you're up there, you usually get kind of a tunnel vision. You're focused on the one you're taking.
Oh, that was almost my leg. Yeah, buddy. Ah.
Give him a hand, hurry up, Connor. We got about 8 minutes. I want this hang done.
Just let me get this little stuff.
We gotta run traffic, I mean.
Well, all this stuff is loose. I can't leave it.
Guys got about 4 or 5 minutes. Come on, get that one out and tighten her up. Don't make me come up there and make you monkeys look bad. Okay, guys, you gotta tighten her up, buddy.
I'm working on it. There's still a couple, hold on.
The last boulder they want to break loose isn't budging.
It's all the roots that's holding it, eh? Oh, no, that's solid.
Oh, she ain't going nowhere.
She ain't going nowhere.
Okay, you guys can come down.
Okay.
We're good to go, hey, Chuck. Another good day on the hill.
High up on the Coke, snow is falling much harder.
Anybody know what the coke's like?
5 coming up, Larson, you have to take it real easy. She's pretty slick.
Adam heads up to pull a semi out of a ditch. Meanwhile, down in Jamie's yard, Kevin's trying to focus on another wreck.
No smokestack. The Cokie Holly got my smokestack.
That's my passion, I guess you could say. That's my second passion. Trying to be my first passion, but I'm trying to make 2 and 2 work together, and it's not that easy.
Jamie gets word the snowstorm on the Coke has gotten worse.
Anybody know what's going on the Coke?
I don't advise anybody to go up at all, period.
Okay, much appreciated there. Closed, that's what they're saying.
Jamie wants Kevin and Sammy to head up the Coke to help Adam.
It's just up right in the median, Mine Creek. Not very far down, right? So that's about all you need. So you guys can roll out.
But Kevin thinks it's a waste of time.
I'll get after the thing will be done and over with and out of the ditch. I'm so sick of this.
please. I don't know what to say to him. Be grumpy by yourself, I'm busy.
I hope the job's half done by the time we get there. The road's closed. What do you need traffic control for when the road's closed? It's good enough. Put it in his tank.
Yeah, well, somebody gotta tell him.
Just put it in his tank.
As they leave the yard, there's little sign of the bad weather up on the mountain.
There it is, 10 to 6 at night. We gotta deal with some in the ditch when we could do it in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, Jamie doesn't care about his personal life, but I have one. I like to enjoy it. I've asked for a heater to clean these windows in this thing for 6 months. Feels like I can't see a foot in front of me, like the windshield wipers broken on that side for a month. Now here we go, we're really ourselves.
I'll go pick it up.
I'll do it. You take too long. I knew something was gonna happen up there. You can just feel it.
We'll be okay.
Kevin and Sammy are heading up the Coke in a snowstorm to assist Adam. As they climb the hill, the storm finally appears. Due to the heavy snowfall up at the top, a highway crew has closed the Coke to all but emergency traffic.
You're gonna let me through, buddy. Shut the door. I think we'll chain up right here. Get the blocks out. I thought I would never use these again this year. Oh, I'm so sick of winter. I'm so sick of this job.
I'll be there in a minute.
Whiteout conditions.
So hard.
They should close this highway completely.
Yeah, they should. It's pretty bad. I don't think I've been in that big. Look, you can't even see.
I don't know where that edge of the road is.
I know.
I barely know where this side is.
Yeah.
As they climb higher up the mountain, visibility drops to near zero. And that's not the only danger.
Anybody out there? I think we just had an avalanche here.
Where?
I'm at the chain up and my truck got covered in snow.
My ass is puckered right up now.
The avalanche hit a section of the Coke they just passed. Now the road behind them is closed.
Got the road closed and now avalanches are starting. We shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, we're going to have to go to high hazard. The big slide that came out was much bigger than we did expect from the amount of snow that we had.
Holy I'm scared. I was watching the mountain. I can't believe this right now. This is nuts.
On either side of them are known high-risk avalanche paths.
Yep,
Well, to get sent out in this. You know, there's a thing about safety, but I'm not the boss. I don't make the corporate decision. I'm just one of the lackeys. Goes along for the ride. Snowplow. snow plows.
The road conditions are now so bad that even the plows are getting stuck.
Let's stay in here, Sammy. I'm at Jamie Davis. So I guess there's an avalanche behind us?
Just ahead, he sees Adam's truck.
Can I get around you just to go up and help them? Is that possible?
Well, you can walk, that's what it is.
Okay.
After 40 minutes of white-knuckle driving, Kevin finally reaches Adam.
How's it going?
Now you show up.
But the job he came to help with just ended. And due to the avalanche, they can't go home the way they came.
Another waste of time coming up here. I do it. Now I'm 40 minutes from home and I gotta drive 2 extra hours to get home. What a this off.
You guys want me to go on top?
The next morning, Sammy's up early washing trucks with Jamie's son, Brandon.
Sun's out, guns out.
Driving this thing, it scares the out of me, and it scared me again last night. Yesterday was some of the worst conditions I've seen in a long time. Who wants to go up there when the highway's closed? Not me, but we went anyway, you know? Saved the day. Closure is no option, but it was closed. It was avalanche conditions. Why don't we have avalanche beacons? I've mentioned that for a couple of years. Like yesterday, we could have used them because we could have been right in that avalanche. We just missed that by less than 5 minutes.
After last night's harrowing ride, Kevin is at the end of his rope.
Kevin was telling me that he wants to talk to me about his truck. He's got some issues with it, so just waiting to get an earful from him.
One, that truck's got no protection if somebody hits me. And two, you know, if we don't have avalanche beacons and something happens or peeps, nobody can find us. We were in a bad avalanche zone last night. How come we don't have peeps?
We'll get them. We won't need them now.
We won't need them now,
next
but I
spring,
mean,
next winter, if you're still here, we'll get that done.
if he doesn't want to get them, I'm just going to say no. I'm not going up when there's avalanche risk, you know? That's my safety, and I'm the captain of my own ship, so in the end, I don't want to die.
For Sammy, this afternoon begins a rare weekend off.
Take me home, brother.
His plan is to spend it like he always does, hitching a 2-hour ride to visit his family.
When they do a delivery out there, they're taking a car to salvage or something. I catch a ride.
Sammy's wife and 3 children live in a Vancouver suburb.
Okay, work is 24/7. Here I come and I relax, sleep, eat, and do a little workout stuff and with the kids.
Once in a while, if my dad comes around, we just spar a little bit, you know, try to keep him up to shape, I guess.
Hey, wait a minute. Oh, hold up, my pants coming out, bitch.
Sorry.
Hey, you're not supposed to hold.
Sorry. He's a very happy, joy guy, a good dad, and he's raised us pretty good.
Bula!
Back in Hope, Kevin takes the rescue truck out for a late-night run.
I've been doing a lot of thinking in the last little while. I got a lot of years to live yet, and a lot of things I still want to do that I haven't done in life. I would like to get into the film industry and do more shooting. He's going a little faster than I would want to be going without a trailer on a road like this tonight. I might just call her quits because 7 years of doing it, I'm done seeing wrecks, I'm done seeing dead bodies, I'm pretty much done all that. It's getting to me. I've been driving truck for a lot of years, and now it's getting to the point where I don't want to do it. You want my license? I'll give it to you.
Next time on the highway through hell.
I don't get mad very much, I tell you. That just makes me want to punch him out.
Holy moly.
A truck full of mail goes off a cliff.
What's that noise?
And a rotten cable
You get them guys on the other side, tell them to get out of the way.
pushes Adam over the edge.
Today Adam goes on strike.
A mountain of bills
Every 30 days.
forces Jamie to lay off 2 of his top guys.
It could happen anytime to any one of us.
Have a seat.